Hi friends, welcome. For my video this week, I wanted to do a yoga for anxiety. I don't know, some of you may or may not know that I do suffer from anxiety, generalized anxiety disorder. So it was suggested to me to do a video for anxiety. So I thought about what I like when I'm anxious and I need to do a yoga practice to calm myself. And it takes me back to the basics. So this is going to be a very simple yoga flow. We're going to move very slow, move with intention. And really more than anything, I want you to focus on the sensation. Don't focus on nailing the pose or asana. Just focus on the sensation and how you feel. Focus on your breath. Make sure you're moving slow and with intention. This is about connecting with your body and kind of getting out of your head for a little bit. So, on that note, if you have a blanket, a towel, you could use a pillow, anything you would like. We're going to do a sleeping pigeon. So, if you like to have one of these under your hips, we're going to do some stuff on our backs. You can use it under your head, whatever you would like. I'm going to put this up here for when we do sleeping pigeon. We're going to start on our backs today, so go ahead and just find a comfortable position on your back. You can have your legs out long, your arms out in traditional corpse pose. For me, I'm going to keep my knees bent, falling and touching, so my legs and abs are having to work to hold my legs up. One hand on your heart, one hand on your belly. You can open up to cactus arms. You get the gist. Find what feels good for you, what feels comforting, what is going to serve you in this moment of maybe if you're having a little bit of anxiety. So find where it is. Don't think too much about the positioning of your body on the mat right now. Just get comfortable and breathe. I find it helpful to have one hand on my heart, one hand on my belly so I can feel my breath. Like literally feel it. Feel my breath make my chest and belly rise and fall. Brings me to the moment. So you may try that, play with that. And if you're feeling a little more amped up and aren't able to be still here, maybe try rocking your head side to side with your breath. Maybe sync up with your breath. When you're ready, come back to center stillness if you aren't already there. And find a really deep breath. Breathe deep down into your lower lungs. And then I want you to exhale it all the way out. Do that 3 times in your time. Maybe taking the 3 deepest breaths you have taken all day. I'm already super zenned out. Breathe it out, out, out. Empty it out. And then when you're ready, breathe all the way. You should feel, maybe you can feel your ribs moving on the mat. You're breathing so deep. Feel your body, feel your torso. And then exhale all the way out. I'm cueing with my breath. I hope you're doing this in your time. And then when you're ready, last one more if you haven't already done it. Maybe pause at the top And exhale everything. Excellent. Take a couple rocks of the head. Sink your breath up if you want. Just breathe. Move with intention. And then when you're ready, slowly lift your feet. Pull your knees into your chest. Give yourself a little rock side to side. You can hug your knees in or you can hold on to your kneecaps with your palms. Your choice. This practice is about you and what you need, what's going to serve you in the moment to maybe help calm down some anxieties or stress you're having. Just massaging the lower back here. And then when you're ready, release your feet back to the mat. Bring your hands, you can bring them flat to the mat, you can bring them just the sides to the mat. Walk your shoulder blades together and down. Heels are hip width apart. And we're going to come into 3 slow bridges. So find your positioning for that if you've done this with me before. Find your positioning for your bridge. Shoulder blades are under our heart space. We are feet flat on the mat, knees towards the sky. You can walk your heels a little bit closer to your pelvis if you want. And then when you're ready, inhale, curl up slowly from the tailbone. Lift your hips, shins push forward, hips lift. Keep a slight lift in your chin to the sky to help protect your neck. We don't have to come into a super deep bridge here. Just slight lift, exhale, lower down slowly. See if you can go vertebra by vertebra, which is not really possible, but it's the intention, right? So just move slow and with intention. Do 2 more of those in your time. Inhale, lifting. It's just about opening up through the spine, so we're not trying to create this big super bridge here. You're getting a good benefit just moving the spine. Inhale, 1 more. Exhale, slowly lower. When you make it to the ground, pull your knees into your chest 1 more time. Give them a little squeeze. You might take each knee to that shoulder, right knee to right shoulder, left knee to left shoulder. Just give it a nice squeeze, open it up through the hips. Keep your tailbone pointing towards the opposite end of your mat so we're not lifting up too much here. Lower back should be somewhat flat to the mat. Maybe rock side to side a little bit. Bring your knees together. Open your arms out by your side. And then when you're ready, on an exhale, let your knees fall to one side. Doesn't matter which side. And take a couple deep breaths here in this twist. Left shoulder blade towards the mat. If it's not touching, that's okay. It's the intention. Move with intention. 1 more big breath. Excellent. On your next inhale, slowly come through center. You might bring the knees wide if it feels good. And then when you're ready, take it on to the other side. Breathing with intention. Breathing deep. Inhale, coming back through center. You can bring your knees wide if it feels good. Give yourself a little squeeze here, and then when you're ready, you can either roll to your side and slowly push up to a seat, or you can kind of rock back and forth and massage the spine a little. If it feels good, it's your choice. Inhale, when you're ready, come up to a nice comfortable seat. Excellent. Get as comfortable as you can. It doesn't have to be Sukhasana or crisscross applesauce. You can sit in fire log pose with one shin stacked on top of the other. You guys know the drill. You can sit, in your Siddhasana, one heel in front of the other. So pick your poison. I shouldn't say poison. This is good for us. Pick what serves you in the moment. Find your comfortable seat. Shoulders are relaxed, nice away from our ears. Big breath in. Exhale. Slowly drop your chin to your chest. Breathe here for just a second. Take a couple breaths. Enjoy that nice stretch in the back of the neck. Try and keep your spine long here. Don't lean too far back or forward. And then when you're ready, we're going to start drawing slow circles with the nose. I'm zooming myself out here. One way. Moving slow. Again, focus on the sensation of your movement. If you feel somewhere that has a little pinch, a stick, if you feel a pinch, you might reassess how big you're making your circle. If you feel somewhere where it feels a little sticky, you might pause there, give it a little rock back and forth. When you're ready, change direction of your circle. Really loosening up through the neck. I know when I'm anxious, a lot of tension is held in my neck, shoulders, and jaw, which we're going to get to in a little bit. Keep rolling. And then when you're ready, chin back to chest. Big inhale, lift up. Take a big exhale. Empty it out. When you're ready, on your next inhale, you're going to squeeze your shoulders up to your ears. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Exhale, roll to your shoulder blades down and back. Try and keep your lower ribs down here so you really get this, the work in this movement in your shoulder blades and your back. Inhale, rolling up in your traps. Exhale, pulling your shoulders down and back. You should feel really nice movement, stretch, feeling, sensation in your shoulder blades. One more time. Exhale, roll them down and back. That feels amazing. When you're ready, bring your hands to prayer position at your heart. Inhale, interlace your fingers. Exhale, take your fingertips forward, palms forward. Reach, reach, reach through your palms, through the heels of your hands. Exhale, lift your arms up high. Really reach your palms towards your ceiling. Reaching up, reach, reach, reach through the side body. Big stretch. Exhale, right hand stays up. Drop your left palm. Come into a side body stretch. Oh, yes. And then find your organic movement here. Really and truly find what you need. Focus on the sensation. You might come into a nice little twist here if that feels right. Really just play in it and find what you need. But move slow, move with intention. Don't try and slam around into stuff. I don't want you to get hurt. I want you to move slow. And then when you're ready, exhale back to center. Hands back to prayer position at the heart. Inhale, take your palms forward. Reach, 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 reach. Exhale, up. Reach. Reach, 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 reach. And then when you're ready, left palm stays up, left hand stays up, right hand drops down. Find your side body stretch. Find your organic movement. Enjoy. Focusing on how it feels in the body. Make sure you're breathing. See if you can continue the conversation with your breath through the movements. Focusing on that sensation in the body. Inhale back to center, stillness, perfect. You might walk your fingertips slightly behind, keeping your lower ribs down, opening up in our chest a little bit. I don't have my fingertips super far behind, just a little bit. Take a couple deep breaths. One more big inhale. Exhale, release. We're going to make our way to tabletop position. and stacking your wrist under your shoulders, knees under your hips, ankles behind your knees. When you're ready, you're going to inhale, drop your belly, lift your tailbone, shoulder blades come together, chest forward. Reach the crown of your head towards the ceiling. Exhale, rounding through, starting with the tailbone. Press the earth away from you, arching through, drop the crown of your head. Now, you're going to continue this movement with your breath. And then, hopefully, when you feel a little comfortable, if you don't already, you can start finding a free form to this. You can start taking that barrel rolls with the chest. You can come back to your tabletop, slide one leg out and then over to the opposite side, looking over that shoulder, keeping everything square in the shoulders, pushing the earth away if that feels right in your body. Or you are just doing traditional cat-cow, which is amazing in itself. Breathing deep, enjoying your cat-cow, really opening up. You might go side to side a little bit. Pressing into the tops of your feet. And again, this is our movement. We're opening up through the spine. We're focusing on how it feels in our body. We're breathing through it. There's no right or wrong here. Just enjoying moving the body. When you're ready, coming back to center stillness, drop your shoulders where your palms were. And then when you're ready, pressing into your palms, keep your shoulders in line with the elbows. Walk your knees back. Try and keep your hips over your knees. And drop your heart space and your forehead towards the mat. Heart to earth pose here. Tailbone lifts. Big stretch in the shoulders. Pressing into the tops of the feet. If it feels better for you to curl your toes here, you can. In any pose, you can be, most poses, you can be tops of your feet or toes curled, your choice. Couple more deep breaths here. On your next inhale, draw your belly button in, curling your tailbone under, protect your back, sliding forward slowly, coming back to your tabletop. Take a cat-cow if it feels good. It always feels good. And then when you're ready, walk your hands slightly forward. I already had mine slightly forward. Curl your toes under. Inhale, lift your tailbone. Pedal your feet here, press the earth away from you. Elbow creases are shining forward, crown of the head, dropping towards the mat. Pedaling our feet slowly. Tailbone lifts, lifts, lifts. And then when you're ready, you're going to walk your feet and your hands together to meet in the middle of your mat in a lovely forward fold. Bend your knees as much as you need. Feet can be hip width apart, just wherever they fall, wherever it's comfortable for you. You may, again, kind of rock one knee back and rock your knees back and forth here. You can walk your hands side to side. Breathing deep, inhale, halfway lift. Your version, you can have hands on mat, shins, thighs, or airplane arms. Exhale, bow. And on an inhale, we're going to slowly roll it up. Come to your mountain pose or your Tadasana. So feet can be hip width apart wherever they fall. That's most comfortable. Weight in our heels a little bit. Shoulders are dropping away from our elbows. And then just take a couple deep breaths here. Feel like your feet are rooted into the earth. Your spine is really long here. Feel your power. You're strong. Take some deep breaths. On your next inhale, arms come all the way up. Reach, 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 reach. You can take them out wide like a V, or you can bring them up. Exhale, fold it all the way down. Come back to that forward fold. Ta-da. Give yourself a breath or two here just because it feels really good. If it feels really good for you. If not, you can go ahead and plant your palms, step your feet back to downward dog. Pedal your feet again, pressing the earth away. And then this time when you're ready, drop that left heel. Inhale, take your right leg high. You don't have to come up super high here. You can take that right leg just straight out behind you. Keep pressing your heart space towards your left thigh. Inhale, draw that knee towards your nose. Step it up into a low lunge. Lower that back knee. We're just going to come into a low lunge for a breath or two here so you can have those toes curled. You can come onto the back of that foot. You can come up into a crescent lunge if it feels right, just for an extra stretch, or you can just stay here taking a breath or two. Now, when you're ready, if you choose to use a blanket here, get it under your right hip. We're going to walk that right foot over and let our hips come down. We're going to come into a sleeping pigeon. So if you want to use your blanket here, you can fold it as much as you need. Put it under that right hip. Inhale, lift your chest, lift your chest. Exhale, take your chest forward. We're going to come into a sleeping pigeon here. So if you do not want to, if you have more than one blanket, you can certainly put one under your head, one under your hip. If you prefer not to have a blanket under your hip, you can certainly bring it to your head. Underneath your head. I swear I can speak a language. I'm just so zened out. So find your most comfortable sleeping pigeon. Keep an awareness in both feet. Breathing. Shoulders relaxing away from our ears. And again, like I said, if you want, you can even have 2 blankets here, one under your hip, one under your head. Focusing on our breath. This is a really big outer hip stretch. Two more deep breaths. And it may look more like this, and that's okay. Or you may even be here, and that's okay too. It's a big stretch. When you're ready, on your next inhale, coming up, moving the blanket if you have one under you, curl your back toes under. You can come to your tabletop position. Ooh. Take a cat-cow, because you know why. They're always good. And then when you're ready, walk your hands slightly forward, curling your toes. Inhale, lifting your tailbone, pedaling it out. Dropping your right heel, lift the left leg behind. Breathing deep. Exhale, draw that knee towards your nose. Step it up into your lunge, just your brief lunge. Change sides with your blanket or towel if you're using one. So find your nice low lunge. And then when you're ready, walk that foot over. Find your pigeon. So lift your chest, pull your shoulders away from your ears. Take a peek back, make sure that foot is in line with your hip. And then when you're ready, take your chest forward, find your sleeping pigeon with your blanket under your hip, blanket under your forehead, or both. Keeping your toes active. And again, keeping that blanket under your hip if this pose is intense, because it is, can be. Focusing on your breath. Two more big breaths. And on your next inhale, slowly walking it back up. Remove the blanket under your hip if there is one. Roll over onto that left hip. We're going to come to a nice comfortable seat. And then from here, take your legs wide into a straddle position. Not as wide as you can go, you guys know. So if this isn't comfortable for you, you can certainly grab your blanket and lift your hips. We're going to come into a fold here. So if it's uncomfortable for you to have both legs out in a fold, you can bring one in and fold and then switch. So it's your choice, and you can keep your hips lifted through all of this, really. So find your straddle, whether it be here or half straddle. And then spine long. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, arms down. Toes are active. Back of our legs are pressing into the floor, the mat, whatever you're sitting on. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, elbows down. One more time. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, elbows down. This time, bring your fingertips to the ground and just slowly walk yourself as far as you can go. So you can be here, take a couple breaths. You can be further down. You can have half straddle if that feels better for you. And you can drop the crown of your head towards the floor. This can be pretty intense stretch as well, so just breathe. About 5 more breaths. If you're in half straddle, you might switch sides now. When you're ready, inhale, roll it up slowly. Take your time. Slowly bring your hands to the backs of your legs, lift your knees, bring the soles of your feet together. And you find that cobbler's pose. You can be lifted up on a blanket here if that feels good. It's your choice. So find your cobbler's pose, pressing your outer thighs towards the mat. You can interlace around your toes if that feels good. Find length in your spine. Now from here, we're going to be here for a second, so you have your choice. You can find a massage in the arches of your feet, breathing if that's where you feel you need a massage. If not, bring your fingertips to your temples, around your eyes, and spend some time massaging there. Or if, like me, you hold it in your jaw massage. So find your cobbler's pose, lifting up through the spine, massage, or you could do all three, around your eyes, your temples, your jaw, your ears, or you can do your feet and arches. So it just depends. You could be doing your traps and neck. Find where you need a massage the most. Where are you holding on to that stress and anxiety? And you don't have to push hard. You can have just light feather touches. Just letting your brain know you're aware of it. You're working on it. You're going to work it out. So keep massaging if you would like, or if you're tired of massaging, I know some people feel uncomfortable doing some self-massage, that's fine. That's good for you. You might take a second or two every day. Just find a knot, maybe press into it for a second if you're uncomfortable. Make yourself comfortable with it if you can. If not, no big deal. So you can either keep massaging or you can find a lift through your spine. And then exhale, take your chest forward. Keep your spine long, breathing deep. And then when you're ready, you can round through the spine, drop the crown of your head. So wherever you are, I'm going to adjust and pull my feet out a little. So adjust. Again, this is your time to play around in these poses, these asanas, and find what works for you. And it's probably going to be different every day, and it's probably going to feel different every day. You might need a different kind of practice every day. You might find some movement here. You can walk your hands very carefully, slowly, side to side. But the point for me, especially having anxiety and finding yoga to help with that, and it does, for me, it helps, was really being able to focus on the sensation that I feel in my body instead of trying to nail a yoga pose. Honestly, finding what it is that my body needs. I followed my intuition, and I think that's important. When you're ready, tuck your chin, inhale, roll it up if you're in the fold. And then from here, bring your legs together. If you're sitting on something, you know what, you can probably stay on it for this next thing we're going to do. So if you're in cobblers, you're going to go ahead and take your right leg out. Let your left sole of your foot come to your right inner thigh. Make sure that your hip points are, somewhat level here, if you can. And then, I got new dogs. My mat is a filthy mess, and I just cleaned it. Goodness. Inhale, find that length in your spine, activate your right toes towards your face. Keep a slight bend in the knee. Never ever lock out your knee when we're doing yoga poses. Always keep a slight bend and awareness in your knee. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale, take another fold, hinging at the hips. Only come as far as you feel comfortable. And if that's here, can be here, here. You can be head to knee. Find where you feel comfortable. You might find some nice gentle movement here as well. Again, this is your time to breathe. Focus on the sensation. Focus on what your body needs right now in this moment without losing sight of your breath. Do you feel any tension that needs to be stretched or worked out? You might pause and let it breathe into it. Let it relax slowly. And when you're ready, tuck your chin into your chest, roll it up, switch. Again, find that length in your spine. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale, hinging at the hips, finding where it is today. Here, here. Never let anybody make you feel bad for if you can only stretch so far. Now, we are all different. It's taken me years to get even close to my knee. My anxiety made me so tight. Still does. Granted, I've practiced yoga twice a day before filming this video. It's probably the only reason why I'm making it to my legs so easily. I'll have to film you guys a video when I'm not warmed up so you can see what it really looks like. Breathing deep. Sorry, I'm probably not helping with your anxiety. Breathe. See if you can feel any tension in your lower back, the backs of your legs, maybe even in your feet if you can squeeze them. Dissolve away. Tuck your chin into your chest, roll it up. And then we're going to come back onto our hands and knees for just a second. Bring your big toes to touch, your knees wide. Sink your hips back. Walk your fingertips forward. We are going to come into an extended child's pose. And we're going to be there for a few breaths. So if extended child's pose isn't for you, you can come to traditional child's pose. Or you can just come to a nice, comfortable seat. It's your choice. So when you find, if you want it to be active, you can lift the arms. It's your choice. I would like for you to find what it is you need. Once you get there, really settle in. Take some deep breaths, so much so that you feel the skin on your back stretching slightly. As you breathe in and out, your ribs expand and contract. Breathing deep again. Relax your jaw, your forehead, your hands, your feet. Relax your stomach muscles. Shoulders. Take 3 more deep breaths. On your next inhale, tuck your chin into your chest. Roll it up really slowly. You might bring your knees together. Come to one side off your feet. Slide your legs forward. We're going to brace ourselves behind us with our hands and just windshield wiper the feet, the knees. I guess the feet are involved too. You can let them fall. And then if you want to let your bum just kind of slide, we're going to work our way onto our back. Or you can slowly roll back. So find yourself on your back. Perfect. We're going to bring the knees into the chest. And again, you can squeeze your knees in a little bit, reaching your tailbone towards the bottom edge of your mat, or you can have your hands, palms on your knees. And then from here, we're going to come into a happy baby variation. So reach between your knees, grab the outer edges of your feet. Pull your knees out and towards the floor. We don't have to lift our feet here. You can if you want to come into a traditional happy baby style, reaching the tailbone towards the edge of the mat, knees towards your armpits, or you can keep your shins and calves lowered and just stretch this way. Maybe find a little rock here. So my knees are kind of spread wide. This feels good to me. For some reason, this feels better to me than happy baby. But again, everybody's different. You can come into stirrup posture and grab your inner arches. It's up to you. We have so many options here. Or you can just be here holding your knees toward your armpits. It's a nice stretch too. So find what it is you need and breathe deep. Bring your knees together. Bring your left foot to the floor, right foot high to the sky. You might activate those toes towards your forehead. Keep your lower back and pelvis on the mat. Don't lift here. Keep lower back and pelvis on the mat. And then you can slowly bring your knee closer to your chin without moving your pelvis for a nice hamstring stretch. And you might be here. Bend your knee as much as you need. Again, don't lock out your knee. And then when you're ready, you can slide that left heel out. Breathe here. Focus on the sensation you might be feeling in your glute, your hamstring, your calf, your Achilles tendon, your foot, your heel. Focus on that sensation. If you want to add a little stability, press your hamstring into your hands. Press your hands into your hamstring. 3 deep breaths. On your last breath, start rolling that ankle both ways. Bring that knee towards your shoulder, bending that leg. Keep your feet active. Shift your hips slightly right. Take your right arm out by your side, and then come into a supine twist. Breathing deep. You can bring your arm into goalpost arms. You can bring your fingertips behind your head. Your choice. Take 3 deep breaths. Focus on the sensation. Play. Find what feels good. You can look over your right shoulder. Inhale, coming back to center. Bring your right foot down and switch. Left foot lifts up. And again, pelvis, lower back, stay on the mat. Don't lift them here to get more extension. You're going to get more work keeping that pelvis down, ribs down. Bending your knees slightly. 3 deep breaths. You can press your hamstring into your palms, palms into your hamstring. And then on your last breath, roll your ankle one way. And then the other. Slide that foot out, right foot out whenever you're ready. And then take your left arm out, shift your hips slightly left, take it over into a supine twist, and then find what works best for you. Do you want to look over your shoulder? Do you want to come to goalpost arms? Do you want to bring your fingertips behind your ear? Wherever you are, breathe. If this isn't comfortable for you, you can have a block here as well under your knee, under your ankle if that feels good, or even a bolster if you have one. Inhale back to center, and then find your way into what is going to work for you as your corpse pose or your shavasana. So if you want your legs and arms out long, you can certainly do that. I mean, you can come to reclined cobblers, my favorite. One hand on the heart, one hand on the belly, especially when I'm anxious. It grounds me a little bit. I bring my feet flat, my knees together. Left hand on my heart, right hand on my belly. Find your breathing. Take a couple breaths. And when you're ready, really on an exhale, see if you can really relax your body into the mat. Feel like your body's sinking into the mat. The mat has your back. The earth has your back. I promise. Always the mat has your back. Let it hold you and support you right now. See if on an exhale you can release any tension you might be feeling around the eyebrows, the eyes. And take a minute to see if you can let that tension go. Maybe take a big inhale and on an exhale, see if you can let go of that tension. Work your way down to around your ears, your jaw. You might open and close your jaw a few times. My jaw pops. And see if on an exhale you can let that tension go. Around your neck, your traps. Adjust your arms as needed to really let go of any tension you might be feeling. Letting your shoulder blades melt into the mat. Your spine melt into the mat. Feeling the breath fill the body. And I don't know if it helps for you, but I think about when I breathe in, I think calm. Then I exhale and I think out anxiety. In calm, out stress and anxiety. See if you can allow yourself time to relax here on the mat as long as you can. I know sometimes when we're anxious, we feel a little antsy and need to move. So by all means, if that's where you are, thank you for joining me, and I hope that you find the rest of your day to be not so anxiety driven. Maybe you find a little calmness in your day. If you're able to take the time, I encourage you to stay on your mat, relax, rest as long as you need to. And hopefully, when you're done and you get up, you can maybe see what's causing anxiety from a different light. I hope the best for you, and I hope this video serves you in your time and when you need it. I always appreciate you joining me on the mat. Thank you.